Hi, I'm Jerri Hyde, Youth Services Librarian at the Ames Public Library. Welcome to Well Read, a program about a little bit of this and a little bit of that at your Ames Public Library. Well, some days when we walk outside the door and it sometimes looks like winter, sometimes looks like spring, sometimes looks like summer, but the kids are telling me that it's almost summertime because school is out. So I know summer must be coming. And what that means is that summer reading is also coming. And we have some wonderful programming and wonderful reading programs that we're going to offer you all this summer. And why is that important? Well, if your child is in school, if they only read 6 books between the school end to the school beginning, their level of reading will maintain its level at the end of their school year. And so that teacher will be able to teach to the class and start teaching whatever grade they're going into in the fall. So very, very important. Studies and research also say that if a child gets to self-select their book and always have books available to them, that their reading maintains during the summer as well. So those things are very, very important during a summer reading program. And what better place than at your public library, the free place that you can get as many books as you want and have those always available, and your child can self-select. But also, one of our goals at the Ames Public Library is also to have a lot of fun and fun reading and reading for fun and enjoying those books and find that book that especially speaks to you. So it's not just the children that are in school that we are inviting to be a part of our summer reading. It's those babies and mommies and daddies and those toddlers that are singing away and reading their books and self-selecting them as well. But then school age, and then to teens and to adults. And so with us today, I have our teen librarian, Tomvi, that's visiting and going to speak to our summer reading program for teens, and Mary, our adult services librarian, that will speak to what we're doing for adults. Hello, everyone.
Hi.
How are you all doing? Ready for the summer reading? Do
Yes.
you know that it's coming?
Yes, we do. We know that the weather's been variable, but we know that summer's on its way, so yes.
It is on its way. And I do have another special guest that I would like to introduce you to.
Okay.
His name is Digger, and why Digger is important. And why Digger is important is because our summer theme is Dig Into Reading. And what is it for teens?
The teen theme is Beneath the Surface.
Beneath the Surface. Now, have you been beneath the surface? Oh, yeah, he likes to dig his head into the sand, doesn't he? And then what is the adult theme?
The adult theme is groundbreaking reads.
Groundbreaking reads. And do we have any groundbreaking reads for us this summer?
We do. Actually, we were always excited to participate in the summer reading program, like you say, Jerri, because we want adults to have fun too. Summer reading at the library shouldn't be something that stops just when you reach a particular age or stage. So for a number of years, we've offered the summer reading program for adults and have picked up on the theme that is going on elsewhere throughout the library. So we're really excited about groundbreaking reads. Once again, this summer, folks can come into the library or go to the bookmobile and pick up one of our reading logs, very nicely designed groundbreaking reads form that will explain the very simple procedure for marking, keeping track of what it is you're reading, and just indicating to us if you think the books, if you enjoyed it, on a scale of 1 to 5, give us a little feedback. We're always curious to know what books are grabbing people's attention, and submit your entry for a fabulous prize.
Kind of like the Amazon like or dislike,
Exactly.
and the Goodreads, those online types of programs that we can see whether or not we like them or they like them, and then use that. I understand we also do some sort of feature in the fall too.
We have in the past. It's been really fun to kind of go through the hundreds. I mean, we often have accumulation of about 1,000 or so books that folks have read over the summer, which is great. And then we go through and see, okay, what were the top rated books? Those on a scale of 1 to 5. People said, yeah, this was a 4 or a 5, and then we've put together a list and shared that with others and featured those books so that the community can get some more suggestions of books that their neighbors may have enjoyed. So
a wonderful way of sharing books to other people without actually having to read the book
Yeah.
and finding and browsing.
Yeah.
But we do have a similar program. Tell us about our teen program, Tomby.
So the teen program is similar, where you can pick up books, but you also can do other activities to put towards earning a prize. You can write in a journal. You can do volunteering. You can perform a random act of kindness. It's always wonderful.
Yeah.
And so the way it works for the teen one is you say, I read to someone younger than me. I write down in my slot 1, I did D. I read someone younger. And then as teens sort of go through this program, they can earn prizes, culminating in a giant pool party, which is always fun.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's a splash.
It is, yes. And then so to coincide with the reading program are actually a bunch of teen programs. Some of them are based on popular books like Percy Jackson and Harry Potter, which never gets old. But we're doing something a little bit new. With Harry Potter in particular, we're going to be celebrating the wedding of Bill and Flair at Banshell Park. So teens can do any number of activities, earn prizes throughout the summer.
And so they do 10 and they earn a prize, and they do 10
they
more.
earn a prize, they do 10 more.
And that's when they get to self-select that book for
Yes.
themselves.
Yes,
and then
exactly.
the pool party is the last one. But does it end with this form?
No, so you finish the form and then you can keep going. You get an extra little card. And as you do more activities, you earn raffle tickets to put towards prizes. We have a bunch of great prizes this year. One in particular is really wonderful and kind of creepy and gross, but
Are you going to share what that creepy and gross
it is
thing
a giant 4,000 calorie gummy worm that
my
weighs
gosh.
like
This-
a million pounds.
Yes.
Yes, and it's disgusting, but it's also really, really fun, and I kind of want one for myself.
Well, you can order it like we did, but yes, it kind of appeared yesterday,
Yes.
and we got to see it for the first time, and yeah. Let me go on with the children's part, but those other prizes too, those raffle prizes that they're working toward are also some experience prizes
Yes.
too, like a lunch with you,
A lunch with me.
and
want
to
that.
talk about their favorite books, and,
Yes.
and a lunch on the library,
Yep.
and a movie party.
A movie party or a video game party.
A video game
Yep.
party. And so lots of different things
Yes.
about learning how to be a part of the library and part of our community as well. I've got some of our early ages, our younger ages, and I'm going to start with our infant program because I always laugh because it's much like the teen prize, where we have different activities for our mom and dads to and grandparents and caregivers to give and to perform with their child, whether it's an infant or a toddler, and they do 10 of these different activities and record it just like yours, and they win a prize out of the prize box, and then they do 10 additional ones, and then they get to select the book for their child, and then 10 more, and we have a separate party for a pool party for the school age or the younger than teens. So that's a good point to make too, that the teen party is just for the teens.
Yes.
No adults allowed other than yourself
Yep.
and another adult, which has in the past been me, so we'll see whether or not I'm invited this year. But so they're invited to the pool party. But we do add a little bit more because, when moms and dads are reading out loud to their children and, they're doing a lot of different things, and many of these are day-to-day activities they're doing anyway. It's just recording them and showing them the importance of our 5 early practices and our 6 early literacy skills that we note on the back. But we have them do several more of those, 10 more, and then they get to put their name in a drawing for a program at the Iowa State Center. They get to go out as an adult if they win that prize. So a nice one with that. And you can see that Smiles is digging up all those bones because he's really a good digger as well. And then our school age program has to do with our game board, and we have changed it a little bit this year. We are not doing our bookmobile or our visits to the library as much as we are going to just do the reading part, and going to the different places where again, Smiles has dug holes up. And so reading along on each one, they get prizes along the way. We have a couple new sponsors this year. Subway is here with their cookie this year. Wheatsfield with their fruit roll-up. Hy-Vee's giving some apples. Village Inn is giving a slice of pie for each person. And then we can't say enough for the Ames Parks and Rec Department, because not only are they letting us have our pool party at their pool, or our pool, and helping us out there, but they're also helping us throughout the summer, and we'll talk about that in a little bit. And then, of course, that free book that we want to give to each participant is given by our Ames Friends Foundation, Library Foundation. So we're digging into reading along the inside of the board, and then again on the outside of the board, so they can put their name into those big raffle prizes too, and that big 4,000 calorie thing that makes my stomach upset when I looked at it yesterday. Gummy worms. I don't know. It was just really not a prize I would work toward, but I know that many of our children in our youth services department that visit us, and we might even, some of your adults might want to join in the fun.
Well, you made me think about our prizes. Can I tell you some of our
you
co-sponsors? Okay, because we share some of the same co-sponsors. The folks who help to support the Ames, the adult summer reading program, are the Ames Public Library Friends Foundation, also because they provide us with funding to hold our Bookends at the Bandshell series, which is something special that happens in the summer. But for the summer reading program, we do have Wheatsfield donating a gift card, and Cafe DM and Chocolaterie Stom. And in addition to that, we have Iowa State Center donating a pair of tickets to 3 really wonderful performances in the fall. So likewise, folks who participate in the reading program and submit their entries for potential prizes have a nice variety, and they can even select which prize is most appealing to them, and and have a little bit of fun with that. So we're just really, really fortunate in this community that so many businesses and other, cultural, educational entities are
It's
supporting us.
definitely
It's
a community
super.
event.
Yes.
Having a community of readers, like
That's right.
Mayor Campbell has signed and wants our community to be, is definitely a community effort on all ages.
That's right.
And our sponsors or our businesses that participate help us out tremendously in that. But the reading incentive part of it is important to some. Some the real prize is being able to submerge yourself into that book and use your imagination and travel with that author that's traveling or taking you through whatever storyline or character that they are portraying in their book. So depends on what your depends on who you are, whether or not you want the incentives like the big gummy worm or that just being immersed in that book. Now, Mary, you alluded to some programming that we were having, and we have a fun-filled summer of programming, and especially being in our new facility here, albeit it's only temporary, we have to be very creative in what we're doing. And so why don't you tell us a little bit about what you're doing as far as the adults are concerned?
Thanks. I will. We have a lot of activities that are occurring that are happening during the year, and so I encourage folks to check out page 1 or come in and ask about the things that we typically do and that we'll continue to do this summer, like our book discussions and crochet knitting group and those kinds of things, which are a lot of fun. But especially for summer, we did some brainstorming and thought, well, what does this groundbreaking reads mean, and where can we go with it to connect with some programming ideas? And so I'm really excited because there's some nice ideas. We're going to be featuring an author on June 9th, an after-hours program at 7 p.m. Ben Percy, who actually had taught here at Iowa State University a number of years ago and published a book, The Wildling, which received a great deal of critical acclaim and a lot of attention, and it was really fun to see a local person who was affiliated with Iowa State get all kinds of national attention. That happens a lot. and he came and did a program then. Well, he no longer is working in Ames, but he's coming to the library to talk about his next book, Red Moon. And so this is, again, receiving a lot of critical acclaim. People are really interested in it. So he's going to be here, and we're going to have a fun author program on June 9th, as I said. And then we've invited Kathy Speck from the Ames Historical Society, who's a wonderful storyteller. You'd like to know. She does a great job telling stories about the community. She's really a great presenter. She has prepared a talk called The Library Story, From Grocery Shelf to Gigabytes. And it seemed to us, with the groundbreaking theme, it would just be awesome to bring folks back to our a corner of Douglas, where there's a heck of a lot of ground being torn up.
Yes.
And so we're featuring Kathy at the Octagon Center. So we're really pleased to be able to use the gallery space there. So we're encouraging folks, as you said, we're in our temporary location, and it's making us stretch a little bit in terms of programs. And so we're going to be at the Octagon Main Gallery on June 18th in the evening, and that's going to be a talk about the library story, which we don't ever get tired of telling.
No.
So, and it's nice
Well,
to hear
the
somebody
library
else tell
story
it.
keeps changing.
Absolutely.
I mean, and from grocery store to gigabytes really tells the whole timeline.
Yeah,
So.
and I haven't heard her presentation, but I've heard from others who have to say, and they've said it's just really terrific. And then also for the summer, we're going to be having a couple of opportunities for folks to talk about the All Iowa Reads. Every year, the Iowa Center for the Book features a title that they encourage libraries across the state to encourage their members to read, folks to read and discuss. So this year the book is The Year We Left Home by Jean Thompson. And so just check page 1. I won't go on with dates and stuff now, bore you, but we encourage folks to read. We have a lot of additional copies of this book, and so there will be a discussion at Cafe Diem in June, and then another discussion at Chocolatery Stom in July. So that's pretty special. And the other thing that's going to be happening is in July, we've invited another presenter in town from another special entity, the Department of Transportation. The librarian over there, Leighton Christensen, is going to be coming again to the Octagon. We're partnering with the Octagon on that particular event, and it's in conjunction with a gallery exhibit that's going to be happening all summer at the Octagon. So he is going to be talking about the centennial of the DOT. So those are some special programs that we thought fit in with the idea of groundbreaking. And also talking about books and debut novels, and that sort of thing, we thought made kind of fun sense. So
Sounds like
please
a
check page
fabulous
1.
program going on. And then you alluded earlier about the bookends at the band
Yeah.
shell on Fridays that are happening. And I know we kind of partner with that with our morning program, Storytime, family Storytime type of program that we're having. And then in the afternoon, we have our movie afternoons over at City Hall.
That's right.
And I think, and I'm going to skip back over here to the younger group. So join in with me, and then we'll see some of the cool programs that are happening with the teens. But due to our new space, our new temporary space, we had to be very creative, even with the big gummy worm, because we don't have a space to do any of our programming here, and to get a space, an indoor space, was causing some issues as far as doing consistencies and that type of thing. So we are partnering with the Parks and Rec Department and visiting each park every day of the week, with the exception of Wednesday when we have the big speaker programs, anywhere from one of the speakers is from the DOT to building bridges, and so we're going to build some bridges with marshmallows and toothpicks and fun, or gumdrops. I guess it's gumdrops, not marshmallows. And then we have Eddie Weiss, the Chasing for Life person, to see. He's going to help us set up for if we have a a weather issue out in and how to be prepared. We have Steve Couch, who has this really funny program that his television happens to be his puppet, his friend that he talks to and interacts with the audience. And I've had the pleasure of just seeing him just recently, and exciting guy, really got everybody up, adults and parents and children all alike were just up and doing all the activities that he was doing. But we're kicking off with some polka dancing on June 5th at 2 o'clock over at Banjo Park. That'll be the first part of our programming that will kick off and do some dancing and register people for our program, and also share the programs with all families. These will be coming home in the schools as well, that talk about all of where we're going to be at. We're going to have more of an event versus a family story time type of activity at each of these parks. So we're calling them Family Time at the park. And so the first week is Getting Dirty, and we're going to play with mud for all ages. So I can't imagine no one not wanting to do that. But so we're at Brookside on Mondays at 2 o'clock, and Innis Grove at 10 o'clock on Tuesdays. Thursdays we're at Daly Park at 10 o'clock, and then Friday mornings at 10 o'clock at Bandshell. And so we'll get dirty. We're going to do a dinosaur dig. We're going to visit the animals underground. We're going to take a break over the 4th of July week, and then we're going to rock it with rocks, and then tops and bottoms, trying to figure out which plants are on the top and which are on the bottoms. And the final week we're going to dig for some treasure. And those are weekly programs, the same thing at each park, but with a little variety, I imagine, because of the space and how we set it up and who's there to present it. But again, it's for all ages, and toddlers we'll have a music station, we're having a play station, and we're having a reading station. So lots of different things that are happening in that for all ages. So it'll be a really fun time that we're going to dig into reading, and have those things to do. We also will have bookmobile story times that will be that traditional story time, that 30-minute time, and a craft afterwards. And then another exciting thing, and Tommy, I think you could probably speak to this, is our community garden that we have.
So APL is very lucky this year to have a community garden. On May 23rd, we're going to be inviting families to come and help us plant a garden.
Oh, great.
Yeah, so it's going to be themed. There's going to be a little fairy tale garden. There's going to be a little alien garden. We're going to be planting vegetables. We're going to be planting flowers. People are invited to basically spend the summer watching their plants grow. And at different points throughout the summer, we'll be harvesting. We'll be having programs in the garden itself. I'm excited.
Yeah, it's going to be fun, and we'll have different evenings and times in addition to the May programs that we're having to plant it, to help maintain it, and special features and themes during that time period. Again, that's all in that green sheet. Let's go ahead. We have some really awesome programs for all ages, and so the green sheet that you can pick up at the library, or you can go to our webpage at amespubliclibrary.org and go to the kids page, and there's a summer 2013 link that will link to all those wonderful programs. And let's go ahead and conclude with some of the teen programs that you're having, Tommy.
Yeah, so the teen programs are going to be weekly throughout June and July and mid-August. On Wednesday afternoons, and we're going to be kicking off with a giant Percy Jackson extravaganza. So Percy Jackson is a series of books based on Greek mythology, and then the same author has another one based on Roman mythology. And so teenagers are welcome to come and basically battle it out. So they'll be taking on many different challenges. It's going to be wet. It's probably going to be messy. It's going to be a lot of fun. We're going to be doing tie-dye. We're going to be having a teen carnival, so they can enjoy all the different things that you had fun doing at carnivals when you were a kid, like potato sack races and something with cake.
A cakewalk is what I remember.
Which I had never heard of until I came to Iowa. But, so a cakewalk. We're going to be doing a Hobbit party. So teens will have to take on Smaug to find the treasure that Smaug has stolen. And in conjunction with that, a week later, we're going to be showing The Hobbit. And then, of course, there is the Harry Potter wedding of Bill and Flair, which we actually will get up onto the stage and actually have a real wedding ceremony.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so it's going to be pretty cool. Teens are invited to come dressed up in their wedding finest to help us celebrate. And then, of course, there's Rock the Library in August, where local bands will come and play, and it'll be fun.
Lots of wonderful programming.
yes.
I mean, I don't think anyone can say that they would be bored during the summer.
They better not be. No.
Between the books that they can check out here at the library and take home with them and immerse themselves into those characters and that plot line, and then coming and sharing some of those plot lines and bringing that to life and actually participating. Do we know who the characters will be?
They are going to be portrayed by two of our tag members.
All right.
Yeah, so I don't know if I'm going to be able to get them to wear the suit, but hopefully a tie. It's going to be hot. So, yes, and then we won't make them kiss, but,
but
everything else.
And all these programs, some of them will be inside and safe in the Octagon and at the City Hall, in the auditorium there, and many of them will be outside. So we're all hoping for a nice, cool and dry summer on Monday, Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays.
Right.
The rest of the week it can rain, right? In between, so to help our garden grow.
Yes.
So we're digging into reading at the library, and we have groundbreaking reads, and we also are going beneath the surface. So all those things are happening here at our library, at your library. So come and please visit us, and adults and children are alike to come to any of the programs. I think they all sound very, very good for all ages. So if you like to polka and you're an adult and you don't have any grandchildren or children here, come on down June 5th and join in all the fun and see what we're doing. And I know Leighton Christensen, I've seen him present, and Kathy Speck, and they both are fabulous.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
I think children would learn a lot from them as well, and would relate to them. So please come, check our website, pick up our flyers, and then starting June 1st, you can pick up a reading program and start reading along and start earning those prizes along the way. So until then, hopefully it'll stay warm outside, and we'll see you here in the library. Thank you.